See the Podcast. I'm your host, Corianne Young. Today, we're talking about those moments where people fail to acknowledge the well being and mental health of not only mamas who have just given birth and going through postpartum, but those that actually do it alone, and even those who feel as though they're alone with someone present. First, let me share a little video that I ran across today on Instagram, a message shared by another beautiful mama who can definitely relate.
Everybody always talking about, how's the baby? How's the baby? Bitch, how is the fucking mama? How is the mama? You talking about how's the damn baby? The baby got everything you need. The baby got titty, bottles, pacifier, blanket, motherfucking humidifier, sound machine. What do the mama got? The mama just got torn out of the frame, rooted to the tutor. Either just popped you out of the coochie, torn to the butthole, or I just got cut 17 layers through my skin. As soon as my damn feet felt better again, they told me to walk. And you talking about how's the damn baby? The baby is cute, fine, and crying. I'm over here in pieces. And nobody want to talk about how's the mama? Talking about how's the damn daddy. The daddy ain't did shit. No big belly, nothing. I'm sitting over here looking at me like, damn, why do I still look pregnant? And I had this baby yesterday. I had this baby 3 weeks ago. Stomach still pregnant. How is the fucking baby? Bitch, how are you? You need to be checked on. Why you ain't checking on me? Hell, I'm so tired of that. Don't check on the damn baby. Check on the mama.
She said a whole mouthful. Now, I love the fact that she did not sugarcoat anything. She kept it real. She didn't hold back her emotions that she feels when it comes to this topic. And I know for a fact that this will definitely resonate with many other mamas out there. Now, I want to share a little bit of my experience with you. So, I just gave birth to a beautiful baby boy named Caleb. He's about to be 4 months in a couple days. And during my pregnancy, it was a little bit rough. It was really rough. And the delivery process was even more rough. Does that make sense? But anyway, after going through all of that pain and all of the hurt, the surgery, and things like that, having to get my third C-section that was actually not planned this time, and knowing that I was going to have to go through that terrible pain again for the third time, it scared me so bad. But to make a long story short, because I do want to dive deeper into it, but when it comes down to these episodes, y'all, I want to keep it short because I want to give you an opportunity to come in and tell me about your experiences. I definitely want to make sure I share mine just so you can know that I feel you. Like, we're on the same page. I know exactly what you're going through or what you have gone through, and you can trust me. But anyway, I went through my third C-section with my first baby boy, and it was rough. I had to recover from that, but for the first time, I dealt with complications that I had never dealt with before. Fast forward to going home after delivering my baby boy, I only received phone calls and was only checked up on when it came to my baby. How's the baby doing? How's the baby doing? How's the baby doing? How's the baby doing? And at first, I really didn't make a big deal about it. I didn't. I was just like, he's good. He's beautiful. He's healthy. He's great. But then eventually I'm like, I'm laying in the bed in pain. I'm barely able to walk. This scar is burning. I can barely, take a few steps without stopping and having to take a deep breath because I was in so much pain. And then on top of that, I was so emotional because even though this is not my first rodeo, this is not my first child, I was so upset that I couldn't sleep. The fact that I couldn't get any rest, the fact that I had to wake up at least 5-6 times in the middle of the night to take care of this little baby, I cried so much because mentally I could not handle it, or at least I felt like I couldn't. I mean, I feel like I'm Superwoman. How about you? A lot of mamas are superheroes and people don't even acknowledge that, but we'll get into that another time. But I definitely want you to know that you are not the only one. I couldn't stand when I received those phone calls, and it was just like nobody wanted to know how I'm doing. Nobody wants to know, am I resting? Nobody wants to know, am I eating? Nobody wants to know what my mental state is. Do I need anything? It was just, where's the baby? How's the baby? And that's it. Um, and another thing that I want to point out about that is sometimes people don't even realize that you are important as well, because it's just like, and that's kind of, it doesn't make sense to me, but I am a psychology student. That is the field that I'm going into. So I try to understand every side. So even though I definitely feel some type of way with them people who don't come and ask me how I'm doing, they don't ask me how things are going with me. It's just baby, baby, baby. I also think that there are some people who are so accustomed to checking on the baby that you carried in your womb, the baby who you grew and went through all the pain to give birth to. They're so accustomed to just asking about the baby. And also those moments when people have the nerve to say, mamas complain. You're telling me that I'm complaining because I'm saying that I'm tired. You're telling me I'm complaining because I'm in pain. You're telling me I'm complaining because today I'm tired and I don't have the energy. Today I mentally just can't do it. It's so many different things that come with giving birth to a child that it just seems that people should understand, but unfortunately, a lot of people don't. But to have the nerve to say things like, well, nobody told you to have them kids. Why are you complaining? You chose to have them kids. There are so many comments that I've heard, not only towards me, but I've encountered so many people and became friends with, or have gone to school with, or have worked with, and heard those same stories. And it's so unfortunate. That is so heartbreaking. And this particular thing that I'm getting ready to say, I'm definitely not going to go too deep in because it is a part of another episode. Of course, I got to tell you that so you can tune into the next one. But anyway, this is another thing that I want to touch on, that people will use their lack of empathy and being offensive as an excuse for, like, those are the people that will say that you're being too sensitive and you're overreacting. They say that to try to deflect from the fact that they are actually being very offensive, disrespectful, mean, and all those other things. So I definitely want to touch on that topic as well. And I need y'all to tune in for that one, because I'm going to need a few people to tell me about your experiences with that. To all my mamas that have experienced what I'm talking about today, I really want to hear from you too, because there are so many different experiences under the same umbrella, and nobody's experience is better or worse than the next. In my opinion, when it comes down to being a mama, a superwoman, wearing all these different hats, going right back to work when you're barely fully healed, and I'm not just talking physically healed, I'm talking about mentally and emotionally healed. You are amazing. There are no words to put on us. There is no words to describe who we are and what we can do, because we are unstoppable. So I do think that it's important to address this situation, because more people need to realize and see that those comments that are just so easily and freely coming out of their mouths are unacceptable. So if you want to talk about it, Let's go ahead and get this conversation moving. I cannot wait to hear from you. I want to hear everything. If this is something that you've been holding in, if this is something that you have held in simply because you don't think anybody else will understand, or you think that somebody's going to tell you one of those comments that I just mentioned, come on in. I'm ready to hear it. Let's talk. So, if that's you, please contact me, leave a comment down below. If you don't want to do a video call with me, just put your experience down in the comments and I can address your comment in the next video if you would like. However you feel comfortable, I just want you to be a part of this safe space so that you can have somewhere to be heard. That is the point of What They Don't See, the podcast. It's for you to be heard because you deserve to be heard. All right, y'all. It's time for me to wrap it up. It's time for me to wrap it up. But I hope that something that I said today made you feel a little bit better, lifted your spirits, lifted a weight. I just hope that you know how beautiful and how important you are. Thank you so much for tuning in to What They Don't See, the podcast. I'm your host, Corianne Young. Make sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode.